Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone. This episode is brought to you by
The Midtown
Merchants
Association.
Nailed it. We want to remind you to like, share, subscribe, check out our website, thehardiestreetboys.com, and support us on Patreon. What is Patreon, Jamie?
What is Patreon? It's a website, also an app for your phone that gives you early access to our episodes, behind-the-scenes footage, things like that. And you can support us at the same time. $3 a month, $5 a month. What is it, Drew?
$3 a month for early access, $5 a month for behind-the-scenes outtakes. We have a ton of stuff we just posted, including our new series, The Hardy Street Boys After Dark, where we review our last episode. We talked about our episode with Lindsay Massey, so you're not going to be able to find that anywhere else but our Patreon. We appreciate those of you who have already decided to support us. We love you, and it means everything. Today on the show, we have Michelle Scoggin of Freedom Pharmacy.
Freedom Pharmacy.
Midtown. It's going to be fun. We're going to learn a lot, especially about what to take to keep yourself healthy and just like regular maintenance things and like what kind of supplements you need and the qualities. So much we're going to learn.
I need all that.
I'm excited. Knowledge, information. This is educational, but we're going to try and make it as fun as possible. So let's get the show started.
Let's go.
The Hardy Street Boys, Hardy Street Boys, Hardy Street Boys. It's the Hardy Street Boys.
Like and subscribe.
Hey, we're back in the Berg.
It's nice to be back. Dude, I had so much fun in New Orleans, but
Me too, man.
It made me so tired.
Yeah.
Like all week I was dragging.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much. That's the thing about New Orleans. It's so much fun to go there and, man, big city living.
It was
just nice.
It was also kind of like an abbreviated trip. It wasn't like a long. We weren't there like for multiple days. It was more like just a.
Oh, and we had grand plans. Like we really wanted to do a New Orleans, and we're still going to, but do like a New Orleans themed intro, like our theme song, where we're going around different places. But then I started thinking, I'm like, New Orleans, there's so many good places. Like, where would you go?
Yeah.
Where would you need? Like, you need something in front of the Superdome. You need to be in front of the World War II Museum. You need to be in front of
Cafe Du Monde.
Cafe Du Monde.
That's
Jackson
what I'm really feeling.
Square.
We should have really hit that up on the way out of town.
I was thinking it'd be so funny to have like just the powdered sugar all over my face,
all over the beard.
Like you're just fine, and then I have like what happened to him.
Yeah.
But you have to shoot that last. So there's a lot of, we just didn't have time to get it all done. But man, Greg and Adam were such kind hosts and guests. They hosted us with their studio, but then guests on the show. But I loved nerding out talking to them.
Yeah,
about all that stuff.
I was literally just blown away by them, and then also their studio and all the things that they could do with all their synths. And I was like a kid in a candy shop, just kind of sitting there blown away with everything they were doing.
Dude, it was fun. It was fun to just watch you and our good friend Brian Evans just like geek out. Because I've known Greg, and I kind of have followed him on Instagram, so seen a lot of those videos. So it was cool to see it in person. But I was like, yeah, this is what I expected. But it was fun to watch y'all. It's like you feel like a kid again, you know?
Yeah. I didn't really know what to expect. When you say like a recording studio, you have that kind of in your mind what it's like, and then you see their studio, and you're like, oh,
yeah. This
is very cool.
Yeah, y'all are Daft Punk. All the analog stuff, the modular synths, it's super cool. So it's fun talking to them, and I'm excited about getting to go back to and kind of using that as our home base and seeing who else from New Orleans. There's so many interesting things, and Hattiesburg and New Orleans are so intertwined.
Yeah.
You know, it's you gotta. Every time I go down there, I'm like, I need to go down here more. It's too close to not take advantage of such a cultural.
Right.
You know, the northernmost Caribbean city is what some
That's
people
cool.
call it.
To give everybody an
culture.
update, I did not get a Dong Fong king cake.
Oh man, what'd you get?
I stopped at Rouse's and got a Rouse's king cake, and their king cakes are good. I like Rouse's.
Yeah,
I love shopping at Rouse's.
Yeah, didn't B-Rye bring you one too?
He also did. It's a funny story. Our friend Brian left his keys in my car, but he's a guy who's got a means of transportation and didn't need those keys, and I should have probably mailed them to him, but he said, hey, I'll just come pick them up. And when he did, he brought me a king cake from Laurel Bakery down there.
Nice.
And it was delicious. He gave me a sliver of it, I should say.
Right, yeah. It's king cake season for sure.
I didn't eat a whole cake, so yeah.
Well, and lately I've been eating lots of sweets. I went over to Midtowner and had I normally get the Monte Cristo, which is off menu, but I'm excited about the. They have this cream cheese filled French toast for Valentine's Day.
They do a mean French toast.
Man,
and you talking about what? They put some fruit on it, some strawberries or something. Shoot, come on,
bro. It's killer. So
I love all the food over there. Their spicy hash browns, I think, or some stuff, as well as the Dirty Bird.
Dirty Bird's good. You
gotta get the chicken tenders tossed in buffalo if you're. And you said put an egg on it.
Yeah, the over medium egg on top of it. Change it.
Yeah.
It's very disrespectful to chickens, but it's delicious. And I'll do that. And then lately, I've been going and getting the acai bowl, like in the mornings, because I can just go. I can go there on my way to work.
I love an omelet, man. If I get there early enough, I'll get an omelet.
Yeah, so it's good. Actually, our buddies at Grin too, they have that Midtowner special.
Yeah,
like the bean and the coffee is just for Midtowner, and
How
so it's
awesome
cool to go there and it feels personalized. It feels personalized for you. You know?
I tell you, coffee in Hattiesburg, man. I love getting coffee in Hattiesburg. If you can get it from Grin, or if you can get it from the Midtowner, Grin makes a great coffee. But I've heard things about possibly a new roaster in town. Our friend Tony Lyman is going to start making some coffee. We might have to have him on the show.
We might have to.
Yeah.
He's
more coffee.
He's making serious moves, and it would be. We won't. No spoilies, but it'd be a great addition to what we have going on here in Hattiesburg for sure. Love Tony.
Yeah, of course. I got to tout our podcast. You know, it's one of a kind. You know, it's amazing. Our show. Nobody's doing this in Hattiesburg. Just wanted to say that real quick. Nobody's doing podcasts in Hattiesburg like us.
Yep, we're the only ones. So it's good. It's good to really. You know what? I feel better now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Yeah.
And but dude, you're a mess, bro. But yeah. So what else did we do? Oh man, we went and hung out at Fairley's.
Fairley's Wings
with our buddy Ty.
Dude.
Tyner Sullivan.
Watch a little b-ball.
Okay, can we both agree that Ty, first of all, is he our manager? He's definitely a producer on this show.
He's inserted himself as our manager.
He deserves a percentage.
Or like a producer credit.
He's definitely, I'm going to, actually in this show, we're going to have Ty as a producer. But, dude, I love that guy. And I love sitting down and talking business with him because his brain just works that way. But it was so much fun just kind of getting to just chill and eat wings at Fairley's.
Oh yeah,
right on Main Street. It just feels like a city. Yeah, it's not. I want traffic. I want to have to park far away and walk to there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, not all the time.
Okay.
But like, you know what I mean? On a Saturday.
When something's going on, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
Dude, so, Nick over at Fairley's Wings, man, they're absolutely killing it.
What flavor wings did you get?
I got the garlic sriracha.
I did too.
Relatively new.
One of my favorites.
And then I got the mild medium. It was so like buffalo sauce.
Okay.
And then what did you have?
I got like spicy garlic.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy to have two garlicky wings, but they were delicious. I love, and they give you the crinkle fries.
So good.
It's so good.
Dude, I'm hungry now just talking about it.
Man.
But
Fairley's Wings, y'all.
Dude, so good. And Nick has he's got the health store downtown.
Yeah, like a nutrition.
Now. The nutrition, downtown nutrition too. So, man, dude's really making moves. Really hope I hope people support him, man. Like, and anybody who's stepping out, we got to make sure we support and take care of. And
definitely.
Somebody as nice as Nick too, man.
Some cool things coming up in downtown on the works. You know, Harry Golf's working on some projects. I don't want to spill the beans too much, but just be on the lookout.
He's Mr. Downtown.
He's like, people just say he's the mayor of downtown.
Yeah,
it sounds crazy.
Yeah,
he is Mr. Downtown.
He's the viceroy of downtown.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Yeah, man. He's another guy. Be great on the show. But what else we got going on? Oh yeah, you've been telling me this. Like, I feel like every week we talk about this. The chili cook-off at the Keg and Barrel.
Yep. It's also like, it's funny. It's chili, but also they do gumbo as well. Chili and gumbo. It's coming up the 5th, so basically
this
like
Saturday,
this weekend.
Yeah.
Here we are in February already. Crazy.
Dude, time's going crazy. It's going so fast. But yeah, chili cook-off. I think I've been to one or two. Like, I've missed, for one reason or another, I've missed way too many, and I'm going.
It's so much fun.
I'm gonna go all day.
I love chili,
and
I love trying chili,
and I'm just gonna
I love judging chili.
You are very judgmental about chili.
I'm just judgmental all the time.
So
everybody knows that. Everyone knows Everyone knows.
That's my thing. You can use it sometimes.
No, I'm stealing it.
mine.
Everyone knows I'm taking it from you.
I started that. Everyone knows it. You know it. But yeah, that's a good T-shirt idea. Also, if anybody knows anyone who wants to design a T-shirt for us, I've designed some of the stuff on our the stuff on our website.
Yeah,
but I'm not a graphic designer, so we need we really want to drop more merch, but we've talked about this too. Our schedules are insane. Like we're filming this on a Sunday.
Yeah,
you know, like we are super busy, and with more things going on too. Yeah, we're just trying to keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
So we appreciate everybody supporting us and listening and watching, and looking forward to all these events, man.
So much on the horizon.
Did we miss anything?
Yeah, my giveaway.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got another Massive J giveaway.
Yeah, we're doing a giveaway this month. It's February. Mm-hmm. Valentine's Day is coming up, so we're gonna do a little giveaway, a little date night at Crescent City Grill.
Mm-hmm. How much is the gift card worth?
$100 gift card.
We aren't playing.
So, yeah, you stay tuned for the post, like, share, tag your significant other or your date, and let's go. Hardy Street Boys Massive J giveaway. You know what time it is.
Yeah, go treat yourself. You and your boo. Or if you're by yourself, I mean, just buy 2 plates and eat all of it yourself. That's fine, too.
Enjoy it. I guess you don't have to go on a date.
No
you
shame.
Have a $100 gift card to... the restaurant.
But it's date night. So,
yeah.
After this, we're going to have Michelle Scoggin of Freedom Pharmacy to show us how to be healthy, talk about supplements. That's really important nowadays. But first, let's hear from Paul Ziegler, last month's Massive J giveaway winner.
Hey guys, I want to thank y'all so much for the gift card to El Rayo. Me and my wife can't wait to use that and get some delicious food there. But my question to y'all is, if you only had one breakfast for the rest of your life, are you going with Shipley's or are you going with Ward's?
Freedom!
Thanks, Jamie. So we have Michelle Scoggin of Freedom Pharmacy here. How are you today, Michelle?
I am great. I'm happy to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
So you're owner of Freedom Pharmacy and a pharmacist, businesswoman extraordinaire.
Yes.
What's it like having Freedom Pharmacy? What's your day look like, and what do you want people to know about your business?
Every day's a great day. So we're happy to be there, and if you've got to work, then we try to just create an environment that is just fun to be in every day. So have a great staff, and we just call it our Freedom Family. So I feel blessed that every day is a joy to go to work. We don't dread it.
It looks fun. Like,
is.
I've seen the photo shoots y'all do. It looks like it's a family.
We do. It is a family, and just great personalities. Poor Brian, he's the only guy, and the struggle is real for him, but he manages it great, and he's also a pharmacist, and we have a good time. But our mission is to try to help everybody navigate life with medications and with supplements, and just take the time to let each person know that they are special to us and that their needs are important, and that there's never a question that's not relevant. And we just want to make everybody feel like that we take the time to help them to make their life better.
Well, I mean, that's pretty admirable. And you're not a typical place, not just because of your mission, but it's not just a pharmacy that you fill prescriptions like any other pharmacy. But what do you have in addition to that? Because I already know, but you provide a lot of different services. So what separates you from, let's say, like a Walgreens or a CVS? I know we don't want to talk about them too much, but what's different though? Because that's not what you do.
No, it's not, and that was the reason why I wanted to open up Freedom, was just to have the ability to do what my mission statement, what my heart was, and that was to help people with the big, long, crazy thing called drug-induced nutrient depletion.
Ooh, say that 10 times real fast, Jamie.
Drug-induced nutrient depletions.
That's fast?
That's as fast as I can do it.
It's a lot of consonants.
It's a lot. So
Drug-induced nutrient depletions.
Yeah, what is that? That sounds...
So for every yin, there's a yang. So every time you take a medication, it can do something to help you or to help overcome a disease state, whether it is like an acute or a chronic problem. But it also, there's a negative, and so it depletes things. And so when those depletions go unchecked for sometimes, days, weeks, months, years, it can develop other disease states. And so that is where we try to educate people that when they are struggling with other side effects from the drugs, then they go to their doctor's office and they express what this is. Sometimes they are just prescribed another medication, and then that gets into what's called polypharmacy, and the next thing you know is you're taking a whole bunch of different things. So I know this just sounds crazy because it's a business, and businesses, you're supposed to make money, but we want to try to help people get off of their prescription medications that are not necessarily due to disease states, but due to drug-induced disease states. And so, for example, if somebody's can't sleep because they're having restless leg syndrome or muscle cramping or their mind is racing, they may not need Flexeril or Soma because they're not depleted in those things. They're depleted in just a mineral called magnesium. And so just something that simple can change someone's life. And so that's our goal, is to change your life.
So you do you do consultations to where if I come in, let's say I'm having muscle spasms and I have always just been prescribed Flexeril, you would take the time to basically find that out, and then you'd recommend magnesium. Now, you can get magnesium at Walmart. What's the difference between what I would get at Walmart, like the Great Value bottle, and what you have in your store?
That's a great question. I love this question. So there's what we carry is called a pharmaceutical grade. And basically that just means that what's in that bottle is what they have proved is in that bottle. And it's a higher grade of supplements. It has gone through all the testing, and the absorption level is so much greater than something that is just a medical grade, a low-end grade, a nutritional grade, actually is what they call them. And so basically, if it's cheap for a reason, and just don't buy it. And so what we carry, we stand behind it. So if you take it and you're not happy with it, I'll give you your money back, or I will swap it out for something else. Because again, my goal is I want you to get better. I don't want you to feel like I'm just trying to sell you, sell you something for the sake of making a sale. So I want that to be a positive thing. And not just myself, but Brian feels the same way. The staff feels the same way. So yes, taking the time to find out what people need. Like if they cannot sleep at night, and sleep is a tricky thing. But so sometimes we don't get it right off the bat. It's a building block. It's taking the time to just ask some questions. So we do consults, and if you just want to stop in and ask a couple questions, then we try to do that like on the spot in between filling prescriptions. If you want a deep dive, then those we can schedule, and there's a fee for those. But that helps to get into, the really like drill down, and you can bring in blood work. The more information you give us, the better we're going to be able to help you.
Yeah.
And so we tell people keep food journals, and a lot of it sometimes is just due to foods that you're eating or not eating, the combinations when you're eating. I'm not a nutritionist, but it kind of all goes hand in hand. We've studied about it an awful lot. We go to just different medical conferences throughout the year, and anyway, it's just a lot of fun.
I was about to say, you that's something you really have to keep up with because, just the literature is always changing too, and you have to stay on top of it. So doing that supplemental work for sure is, going to improve. It sounds just like a practice. It doesn't sound like is that weird, like balancing it being a practice and a business because you're a pharmacist and owner? That feels like that's a lot.
It is a lot. Every day is busy because we are not just focused on filling prescriptions all day long. And so all day long it is, for us, line 1, line 2, there's someone at the drive-thru, there's 2 people out front that need to ask you some questions. And I'm just so grateful that the customers that come in, they see that we're trying and they're patient and that they'll wait. They wait to get some help, and it's a wonderful feeling. And then they come back and they bring their friends, and we're starting to get like doctor's referrals where they'll say, I don't know what else, there could be a combination of things. Go to Freedom Pharmacy. That's a huge, honor to feel like that our name's getting out in the community and that people are seeing some positive that we're doing. So
you care about people?
Very much so. Very much so. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and gave up my career to focus on other things. And so it's great to have that, I guess, nurturing instinct that I want to help others. My kids don't need me so much anymore. They're all just about to, fly the coop. So that's a good thing. I mean, they're good little humans, and I'm a proud mama. So
that's awesome.
Anyway, it makes me happy to be able to just channel that towards a larger group.
Yeah. Well, you can tell, and it's obvious, and that's what I love doing this, like talking to people, because we're talking because it's your business, but you end up learning more about the person, and I mean, you can't. That's a lot to keep track of, just to try and figure out, what's wrong with someone, because there's so many people too that go to doctors and they don't get answers, and there's nothing more frustrating than that too. So for you to be able to provide that is something.
And a lot
really
of
cool.
people, they're scared, and especially with everything that COVID is, brought to the table, they don't know what to do, and a lot of times, they're not answers. And so the one positive thing about COVID is it has shown and proven how much supplementation works. I mean, we have seen it repeated over and over and over. The people that have gotten on our supplement suggestions, either they have not gotten it, or when they've gotten it, they just kind of seem to cruise through it, and it has not been, devastating, for them. Every situation is different, so I don't want to make a blanketed statement, but we've had a lot of great success stories. And so we've done a private label with things that have great immune support, because a lot of people don't want to take 10 different pills, or like, man, I need something I can take one-stop shop, and what is it? And so we've created that, and so we've done our own private label now, and that was a big deal for me. And so we called it, the name of it is Golden Provisions. And anyway, so that's exciting and makes me proud, and we're just going to continue to build on that, and it's really a neat feeling. Yeah,
that's awesome. Your location over on Hardy Street, real close to El Rayo.
We've got a great location.
Yeah. It's an old bank. Is it an old bank?
It is an old bank.
What's that like?
It's really cool because we got a vault, and so that's pretty neat. We can lock up all kinds of fun things in there. So we just, tried to modernize it and painted the outside of it, and so I didn't want it to feel like a chain drugstore. So when you walk in, our shelving is a little different. My stepmom and I built our shelving out of old pipes and anyway, wood counters. So it's neat. And my dad's a retired photographer, and so I featured his photography in there, and that's fun. So we've made it personal, and anyway, it's a little different feel.
That's awesome.
We do have a great location. So we're with knocking distance of El Rayo, of Ed's, of Tabella's, it's awesome.
That's cool. I've never been to your place. I'm going to go check it out, of course. But I also know, like, pharmacies traditionally in the past, they've had where the pharmacist is kind of up on high.
Right.
Is that how it is at your?
No.
Yeah.
No. We are ground level.
Nice. Mm-hmm. I think Seinfeld used to do a bit about why is this pharmacist so high up there, like looking down on people. But
well, what's cool when you walk in, it's like you told us this. It's like an Apple store. It's very clean and futuristic, and but still welcoming to not intimidating, and such a great location. Hardy
Thanks.
Street and 59. Like, come on, next to El Rayo. But we were talking about COVID because I actually had it beginning of January. And my doctor said, go to Freedom Pharmacy. You got to get they have all the supplements there. And also you have like what is that? You put it on your finger. It tells you what your oxygen, what's that called?
Right, your pulse ox.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool that, there's no other reason for him to tell me that other than that, you guys have some serious respect in the area. Mm-hmm. And that is wild. Like, I've taken zinc forever because I thought it's more of a fitness thing, but like, what does that do I guess, what does zinc do for COVID specifically? And then what are some of the other supplements that people should be taking as a preventative measure?
That's a great question. Zinc is a mineral, and it is responsible for a whole bunch of great things that our bodies need, and it helps to stop the viral replication. It also helps with our energy levels, and anyway, zinc is just a mineral that our bodies have to have. But again, if you take a whole lot of zinc, especially if it's the cheap kind, and it's not a glycinate form, it can deplete your copper levels, and then zinc and copper kind of go hand in hand. So you want to kind of keep a check on that. But the other things you can take too much of anything. Anything can be too much.
Right.
So, generally, if you are sick, then you can take more for a short term, and then you just go back down to just like your daily maintenance level. But vitamin D3 is huge, huge, huge. Vitamin D3 is responsible for our immune health. It prevents against our central nervous system disorders like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, MS, ALS. Helps your body, if you're diabetic, to metabolize sugar to keep you from becoming a diabetic. It helps with energy levels, with brain function, but it's huge for immune support. So that's a really, really big one that we go to. Vitamin C is another one. So again, vitamin C is water soluble, so it depletes out of the body very quickly. So we always recommend everyone to take their vitamin C on an empty stomach, and you can take even up to 1,000 milligrams every hour. When you're sick, you wouldn't want to do that when you're not sick. It can cause a loose stool if you take too much of it, but we do ours in a buffered form so that it doesn't hurt the stomach as some do,
right?
So that you can take higher doses and over a long period of time. And then we have N-acetylcysteine, which is an amino acid, but it helps with the lung function. So if you've got this chronic cough, or if you're having difficulty breathing, NAC also helps you to make brain cells. It helps with glutathione production for your brain, helps with your liver detoxification, so it has multiple uses. And then quercetin is another big one that helps with the vitamin C to break open that viral wall so the zinc can get in there and stop that replication.
Wow.
So there's a whole lot of layers that we do for that. Melatonin for sleep.
Poor Jamie's glossed over. That's a lot of information.
It is.
It's a lot, and it's been a lot of studying and trying to figure out what's the best thing for people, and especially when there's like an age. We've got an infant versus someone that cannot swallow the capsules. So we have things from drops to powders to liquids to capsules. Yeah.
Well, and what's good is that you know this, right?
Yeah.
Like all this information. I mean, it's great that we have Google, and I encourage everybody to, you do your own research and stuff.
Right.
But you're the expert, so it's just cool that people have such a resource like this in the area.
Thanks.
Especially talking about like supplements, and I think nutrition is a big deal too. Like all those things you said, like magnesium, like in mushrooms, and vitamin C, like orange juice or whatever it is. Like, are you paying attention to how much you're moving, what you're putting in your body? And that really is it. That's
a big deal.
That's a huge wall that you can build up against any virus, any pathogen. So,
but not all vitamins. Like you have fat soluble vitamins that you need to take with food, and that's your A, D, E, K, and then you have the water soluble ones, and so. Like your vitamin C is going to absorb best on an empty stomach. You need to take zinc with food because it can irritate your food. Your vitamin D3, you need to take it with food. So it gets kind of complicated navigating all of that as well. So that's what we're here for, to help with all of those navigations. And then, just even supplements like your iron. You don't want to take iron with calcium. So if you swallow your iron pill with your glass of milk every morning, you don't get absorption from either one of them. So
right.
Yeah,
it's
tricky.
There's so many different factors, right? And that's what, is such a big deal. It's so great that you offer consultation. So if you don't mind, Jamie and I, we do this. This is all a ruse, so we just get free medical advice. But we would like to kind of go through a fun consultation that we might actually have in your store. So
that's awesome.
After this, we're going to learn. We're going to get consulted by Freedom Pharmacy, Michelle Scoggin.
Let's get consulted.
Man, downtown kind of stinks.
It's funky.
What is it?
I don't know. but I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
This doesn't seem like it's a straightforward problem. How are you going to fix it?
I'm going to do it with my know-how and my gear.
What kind of gear are you going to use?
Well, I've got some goggles, 2 snorkels. I got flip-flops that I can't wear, a broken keyboard, a magnifying glass, one of those hats that looks like Sherlock Holmes would wear, a corncob pipe,
A corncob pipe? How's that going to help with
and a
smell?
monocle.
Okay, but you're going to wear the monocle under the goggles?
Yeah, through the goggles.
I don't see how like any of this is really going to address the smell in downtown.
Well, let me let you into a little secret, Drew. I've already contacted the people at Yankee Candle, and I have begged them to build the world's largest Yankee candle in downtown Hattiesburg.
What did it look like you begging a candle company to make a giant candle?
Just a normal email document. Dear sir or madam, please build the world's largest Yankee candle. My town stinks.
Where do we put it?
Anywhere. Put it at freaking Hercules for all I care.
That's actually one of the better ideas I've heard.
My other idea was to get the city of Hattiesburg to just buy everybody air fresheners.
Might be what we have to do.
It's coming to that.
All right, we're not in the pharmacy, but this is very similar to what you would get walking into Freedom Pharmacy. You want a consultation. Me personally, very anxious. I know you're very surprised that I'm an anxious person.
Consultation.
But Jamie, can I get deep?
Yes.
All right.
Be real.
So I was on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medicines, Wellbutrin and Clozapine for 10 years-ish. And it was I just wasn't myself. You know, I was just kind of middle of the road. And so I got off of those right before COVID.
Wow.
Now, and it's like, people are like, why are you stressed out? You having fun? I'm like, I'm doing great. You know, what is something that, like, for somebody like me, what would I want to look out for supplement-wise and maybe even nutrition-wise when I'm getting away from, especially the benzodiazepine? What do I want to look for?
Well, first of all, that was huge for what you did. I mean, like, seriously, kudos to you. So that's an incredible testimony, and I'm thankful you're brave enough to share that and to be that transparent. So, yes, we help people with that. So benzodiazepines activate a little neurotransmitter in our brain called GABA aminobutyric acid, and that's our feel-good hormone. And so we literally have the supplement. It's a drop, and it's in our Golden Provisions line, and I named it Exhale, just so we can just relax. And it gives you some GABA, it gives you some L-theanine, it gives you some huperzine, which helps with focus, and those things can help replace benzos. And so you wouldn't want to just all of a sudden just stop those cold turkey if you've been on long term. Sometimes you need to taper off of them, so we can kind of help with that. But the L-theanine is an amino acid. You can get it from green tea, but it also helps to stop that mental chatter, and also just helps with focus. It'll even help you at nighttime to turn your brain off so that you can sleep at nighttime, because sleep is huge. If you're not sleeping well at night, you're anxious during the day. So I'm going to talk to you about how are you sleeping at night. If you're not sleeping well, let's address that in addition to how we're coping with things during the day, because sleep is a driver for so much, for weight loss, for, mental, just for your cognitive function, for your focus, for your stress level. So
I don't sleep well.
Yeah, that's one big thing that we would absolutely want to talk about. Again, magnesium's my favorite mineral. You add that, the L-theanine is wonderful, but sleep is a tricky thing. And so GABA is another thing that we give in the evening to help with sleep. As far as other things to help with stress, like the depression part, your B vitamins. B vitamins are huge for depression. And so just supplementing with B vitamins, and there's so many medications that deplete your body of your B vitamins, and alcohol is one of them. This isn't for you, but birth control is another. And so a lot of times hand in hand, we'll see, young gals, and they're on a birth control, and after doing that for a while, they need an antidepressant, and really they just needed some B vitamins. They needed just a really good multivitamin. They needed a good B complex vitamin. And so addressing those B vitamins is a big deal to help with depression. And vitamin D3 again. We go back to it's actually a pro-hormone, so it's not really even a vitamin. But when your D3 is low, then the side effects of that are going to be low mood, lethargy, you just don't feel good. And so just basic things. Sometimes we have another great supplement that's called Tranquility, and it helps, again, just bring up that mood. It's loaded with some B vitamins, some GABA, some other amino acids. And so by tapering off your antidepressants, your benzos, and then pulling up some of those other things that our bodies are depleted in, you can absolutely reverse yourself getting off those medications, because they do just kind of make you numb to everything, and you want to feel life. I mean, with its good stuff and its bad stuff, but you kind of want to be a part of it.
Well, pain makes you know that
Yes.
you're alive,
Yes, it
and
does.
makes the good moments even sweeter. So now, if I'm still just anxious over here. I'm thinking like, if those supplements, maybe that stuff works for me right now. I kind of relax, but I still have trouble sleeping. Right? You have CBD gummies too, right? So CBD and like melatonin, is that something that would help?
Yes.
Maybe you're just really anxious about your toenails falling off when you're playing tennis. How do you get to sleep at night? And what does that look like when you're taking those?
Right. I'm glad you brought that up. I should have thought about that a while ago. So my brain was just straight on supplements. CBD, I think, fixes everything. We're talking about something that fixes something. I think it is wonderful. And there's just so many things about CBD that people are afraid of. You can't get high from it. You could drink a whole bottle of it or eat a whole thing. You would be relaxed, but you're not gonna get high from it. So we do a lot of CBD, and I have it in gummies. We have it in topicals. We have it in the tinctures, which is the oil that you can put underneath your tongue. We have it in capsules. And so it is a huge thing for stress, and it greatly helps stress. And the thing I love about the tinctures is because you can titrate up, as you need it. And it's weird because it'll help you with sleep, but it doesn't necessarily make you drowsy. So you can take it during the day for, if you're anxious, anxiety, and you can take it at nighttime because it helps to calm your brain down so that you can sleep. We have lots of great success stories with it helping with pain, with inflammation, with arthritis. Talking about the tennis, topicals for the tennis elbow and for the knees, and people that have, knee surgeries, and you can put it around that, not on the site until it heals, but just around it. So we do an awful lot of CBD. And again, the kind that we carry is a pharmaceutical grade, and it's been tested, and, all the things that you need to know that it is what they say it is in it. So I'm a big fan.
Yeah, me too.
It's life-changing.
In my former life, I sailed around the seas in an old wooden ship, and I got a case of scurvy. What would you say to someone who has scurvy?
Make sure you got lots of toilet paper. Well, you're on the seas. That's probably not a good thing. Vitamin C. Vitamin C.
Thank you.
I'd say ARG. Get it? Because you're
Do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
What? R.
You think it's R?
Yeah.
C.
It's C.
It's
The
C.
pirates love the sea.
Oh my gosh, dude, scurvy. So we talked about anxiety. CBD is like kind of a cure-all.
Oh, yes.
What's something that I could take too if I'm, trying to watch my weight, and I just, maybe not like necessarily like appetite suppressant, but just anything that would help me if I'm really starting to think about my fitness, because I think COVID, we're missing the boat. It should be we should be talking about fitness more
Yes.
than anything, and
Yes.
nutrition,
Right.
And then other things, yes. But let's start with what we can control. So what would I want to take if I'm like active, or if I'm just trying to shed a couple pounds?
Another great question. So every time that you eat, you stimulate insulin, and then if you don't burn that off, then that gets stored, for fat. So like you said, the eating and the exercising, that's a really big deal. So we help everyone with that. So without going into a whole big consult, we have a great supplement that right now we're getting great results with, and it's called Stored Fat Belly Burner. And so, because especially in the middle, we kind of like, pack it on right there as we get a little bit older, especially that midlife kind of everything sets in, which actually goes back to a whole liver detox issue. So that could be a whole nother episode of just talking about the liver and how to detox the liver, especially if you want to enjoy a beverage. Don't have a problem with that. Just for every yin, there's a yang. I've got something, literally they're anti-alcohol pills that you take to help with that.
Wow.
I know, it's kind of crazy. So that goes back to storing fat. And if you're a stress eater, then we need to deal with what's causing that. And so, again, things that help stop that mental chatter. We have the things that can help calm that down, so that you're not stress eating. and to identify why am I eating and what am I eating and when am I eating. But just as far as just the supplements that can help, we have several that do block that appetite. They're kind of appetite suppressants. And that we have a lot of great results on them.
It's just funny to me that, like, I'm kind of cheating here where I'm asking you like about one specific thing. They're all connected. So
They
you
are.
either are taking care of all of it, or maybe it's not all or nothing, but it is like a holistic approach to like health and wellness that you have to, like, I know that you know that, but I hope that people who watch this and go to your pharmacy know, like, that has to start with you. It has to start with the patient. So.
Because it's hard. It's hard sometimes to let go of the things that are making you sick. So whether that's cigarettes or sugar or bread and eating is social and it's comfort.
It's hard to let go of what
so
you know.
sometimes, sometimes we just don't even realize that, what's stimulating that. So just kind of having somebody to talk to about that to kind of help diagnose the problem. Then you start becoming aware of it. Then you can start trying to reverse it.
That's huge.
And so sometimes you kind of do need something that just can give you that little nudge to help you start getting in that groove.
Yeah, that's huge.
I get kind of emotional. Like, I'm serious. Like, I need some of that in my life because sometimes I even think about it. I think I'm an overeater and I stress eat. And, a friend of mine used to always talk like, are you mouth hungry or you're like actually hungry? Like, are you stomach hungry? Or is your just mouth wants to, because I do love food, and we talk about food a lot.
Yeah.
People know me as a, quote, foodie or something. I don't know. I do enjoy food. That being said, I also, I love Instagram. Everyone knows it. Huge Instagram guy, @MassiveJ. And I could use some more followers on my Instagram. Do you have any suggestion on how I could maybe take a picture in Hattiesburg somewhere?
No. Do you think there's a supplement that gets you more Instagram followers?
There might be.
I don't think
maybe
that's-
Freedom Pharmacy has something that can help me out.
I don't know. I'm sorry about this. We were trying to be serious, and I, you don't have
love
to
it.
answer this if
No.
you don't want.
Are you kidding? I've got the perfect Instagram. So along with our whole, wellness thing is that our little hashtag is health is freedom.
Health is
And
freedom.
so-
Hashtag that.
Right. So we got the, rock star River Prince. with
Friend of the
Prince.
show, River
Yes.
Prince.
Big River Prince
Love
guys.
him.
Prince
Everyone
Sign
knows
Company.
it. Yeah, we love
Yeah.
that guy.
I've known him since he was knee high to a grasshopper. Great family, great guy. Like, I'm just so happy. He's killing it. He's a rock star.
He is.
He's a rock star. So he created our Freedom Wings, and they are mounted right on our building facing Hardy Street. Come take a picture and hashtag you, hashtag us. Health is freedom, and let us know like what you're doing to be healthy or what your goals are for healthy. Help give you like tips on how to be healthy.
Yeah.
Because we work our whole life for our retirement. I mean, generally, like, we destroy our health for retirement.
Right.
And then we get to retirement, and all we're trying to do is restore our health. So, and I'm there, like, I'm on the other side of the 50, and so it's real to me. It's just going, man, I gotta start double timing this. So at y'all's age, you've got decades, to start repairing things and reversing things and being aware of that, and
Well,
it's
and
awesome.
I hear what you're saying. For COVID for me was I hope that I want to live every day like I don't know how many I have because I really don't.
None
And I
of us
hope
do.
that people see like the service that you provide. We're talking about how you care about people. I hope they care about themselves enough to take advantage of it. And it's hard. We're talking about it's hard because you have to look at yourself and go, and so I think what you're doing is really, I think it's beautiful. And I think
Thank you.
more people, they will find out about it. It's just,
It's-
you want to go double time, but you're playing the long game,
Yeah.
and this is something that's going to age really well. You look back at this time, and I think it's also cool that you can tell you're thinking outside of the box, like putting wings on the building for people to take Instagram pictures. That's just not everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool what you're doing, and I appreciate you taking the time
Thanks.
to sit down with us. This was
I've enjoyed it.
I've learned a lot. This was nice. This
Well,
was
you
fun.
figure out, I mean, you're going to pay on your health, you're going to pay on your sickness, but at some point you're going to pay. So supplements they're an added expense, and it's hard to budget it. So we work within people's budgets and just want to help you to do the maximum amount you can with, what your resources are. And then food, like research your foods on to help everything. And yeah, so our wings were a little added touch. And it is like, where will these like wings help you soar? Where will they take you? You can run with that.
Yeah.
All your little
Yeah.
Thank you.
social media
I will.
stuff.
That's
yeah,
so great.
It's awesome.
That's a great question, Jamie. If you want to check out Freedom Pharmacy, check out the website, follow them on social media. All the links are in the description below. And thanks so much for sitting down with us,
Guys,
Michelle.
this was a blast.
This was great.
Y'all are rock stars too.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Jamie, can you play us out?
Health is freedom, Freedom Pharmacy. They got a mural by a friend, River Princessy. They got some wings, go and get your picture taken. And if you're parking after 6, you gon' be mistaken that you don't have to park there in the sticks. You can park at Freedom Pharmacy after 6, yeah. Go to El Rayo.
Don't be doing that before.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Thanks so much. Dude, this was
Freedom
so
Pharmacy,
great.
Midtown.
So good.